Welcome to my presentation of the player dwelling that you can obtain in the video game by Bethesda Softworks called Oblivion. I'm running a mod for that game called Vampire Destroyer, and you can find this mod on the nexus.com. That's nexus.com. What I'm going to be presenting here is the player dwelling, so it's called Sanctuary. You can find it in the southwest tunnel of the Imperial Sewers. It's located there on the map. Okay, so when you finally get to this location in the sewer, this is the door that you come to. So we'll go up here and we'll enter in. And you can't enter this door unless you get a key from one of the characters in the mod called Azrael. He's the former Vampire Destroyer, and you meet him while you're playing this mod. If you want to get back to the sewers, you can go back here to teleport. Okay, so what we have here are some mannequins that you can place any desired armor that you want to on them. What I've done here is I've placed the armor from each of the factions that you come across while playing that Vampire Destroyer mod. If you're careful, you can get close to these guys without falling off the bridge. So this guy here is the Red Hand Assassin. He's a member of a vampire sect of the Dark Brotherhood. It's like an ongoing quest with the other quests. So this guy is not named. I'm going to go ahead and name him right quick. Let's see. So this is the process that you can use to name your different mannequins within the game. So I'm going to name him Dogon Scientist because that's who he's representing. Each one of these mannequins are an individual mannequin, so by changing this guy's name, you don't change the names of these other guys. This guy is a Cree warrior. These are a primitive, cannibalistic tribe of vampires. This is your main faction adversary, the Harkons. This is the Stormtrooper version with his heavy armor. There are other versions of the Harkons. There's an archer, like a sneak assassin guy. So that's armor from the different factions that you'll come across in this game. So here we're kind of entering into the main part of the player dwelling. This is where you can place a lot of your items that you're going to come across. This here's a mannequin. It's Azrael, Vampire Destroyer. So I've pretty much finished the game. So I've collected just about everything that you can possibly find. I've completed the Shivering Isles. This guy here comes from another mod that I played called the Archaeology Guild. It's kind of fun, nice mod. That's the reward painting that you get for helping that lady out. That's some more items from the Archaeology Guild mod. So these are spells. These are some pretty neat spells that you come across in the game. I just kind of collected a few of them for the fun of it. You have your own very own spell making altar. There's the manual of spellcraft. This is the Eye of Zenithar. You can use it to fast travel to the market district right outside Jensen's merchandise store. So you can sell her your items. Quick access to the marketplace to sell stuff. Items to enchant. This is just a bunch of junk that I've collected that I could potentially enchant. Got black soul gems, got some sigil stones. There's the altar of enchanting. These are some items that I enchanted, created. These are some plants that you come across during one of the quests called Blood Rain. Okay, so here's a container that I use to put the different ingredients that I need for the Blood Rain elixirs. So I'm going to use the Daedra Heart. And for that one, I need the blood grass. So now if you go over here and you select these guys, okay, blood grass removed. So I got an elixir called Blood Rain Unique. This is Blood Rain Weak. Different effects. So that's how those work. So here's my Blackwood Company guy, outfitted. Those are some things I got from the Archaeology Guild. I put all my weapons in here, so I've got like a different sample of pretty much anything that I came across that was unique or had some kind of a neat enchantment on it that I liked. Here's my desk. Found that little skull somewhere. Manico, there's a book. There's a little thing I found on one of my quests for the Vampire Destroyer. This is a key urn. I just use that to put all the keys that you get in the game. There's a little item from Shivering Isles. These are some notes. This is a template that you get during the Vampire Destroyer quest. This is the Red Hand Assassin group. Leader's Torquemada. He's out to eliminate you. This is a desk. I put all the papers that I find, any kind of notes, Broad Streets, whatever I find that's a note type thing. I throw it in this desk. There's Pale Pass map, Granum Blankley's map, some stuff from Shivering Isles. These are all the different books, some of them like that one. This is Amantia Selectus Diary. This is another book from the Vampire Destroyer mod, Flowering Plants of the Blackwood. A lot of interesting information in there if you want to take a moment to read any of it. Tendrils of Dark Matter, it's another book. It's the technical notes of Dr. Sack. These book covers on these books is a mod that I'm running called Book Jackets. The author did a really nice job redoing all the book covers in the game. Some of them very nice. Warp of the West, Calcinator Treaty, Water Oblivion. I mean, Very nice, very nice effort. This is another book, Retribution and Blood. That's what kicks off the war with the Harkons. There's through the Crimson Fang totem in here, unique totem. That's the Crimson Fang, or a group of goblins that have become vampires. That's the armor that you get when you become the Vampire Slayer. That's a weapon called Nosferatu that you can find in one of the Ayleid ruins. These are just generic goblin totems. So this is the Arrowsmith workstation. You put all your crafting items in here, and then that's where your arrows show up after you craft them. This is the crafting toolbox. This is what you use to make some arrows that have nice effects. You get this little note, recipe list, tells you how to make arrow types. So if you want to make a paralyzer, you need 14 septums, 1 milk thistle seed, and 3 fennel seed, and you can make a paralyzer arrow. This is a book, details actually how to make the arrows. Ingredients that I need to make these different arrows, I just kind of collect them and throw them in here, so you can see that there's 100 Karen Bolet caps, I only got 19 fennel seeds. Those are kind of hard to find. Imp gall's kind of hard to find. Nern root's obviously limited. You need to put all the ingredients in there in order to fabricate these arrows. So these are some of the arrows. They have different levels. Well, there's a Paralyzer Better, and there's a Fire Blaster Grand. So you got 3 different levels of arrows that you can make that are more powerful. The greater the arrow is, the more powerful it is, of course. There's a Grand Thinner. Let's just go ahead and make one here. Let's make the Soul Stealer. So it automatically produces 2 arrows, drops them in this crafting item container. So I should have some Soul Stealer arrows. 3 Soul Stealer arrows grand. So here you can see Paralyzer. Paralyzes 10 seconds, 25 seconds, and 40 seconds. So it's pretty powerful. Silencer arrow, Soul Stealer, Grand, Thinner arrows. These are fun. Illuminator arrow. Fire Blaster, one of my favorites. Really a lot of fun to use that one. This one will kill a vampire instantly, but it only does normal damage to a normal PC. Has to be a vampire to kill him instantly, otherwise it's just an arrow. This is my alchemy cabinet. I throw all my alchemy stuff in there. And I like to put a bunch of unique items out, Dremora blood, blood brew, heart of order, vampire heart, tears, human blood. I throw all my crystals in here. So it's pretty much sigil stones. Throw all my rare ingredients in here. I like to collect a small sample of rare ingredients that you can find in the game. So this is stuff from Shivered Isles, of course. That's from the Vampire Destroyer mod. These are boss level vampires that you can kill and get their ashes. Black garlic. Yeah, so I just keep samples of all the, maybe it's hard stuff to get, like harada or human hearts and skin, minotaur horns. Not hard to find, but I got a small sample of them just because they're somewhat unique and there's not tons of them out there. So there's like little samples of stuff. Turpentine, empty his bottle, filter of frost ward. Recipe for vampire cure. So this little vampire cure alembic you can find on one of the quests. It's actually integrated into an Oblivion quest that you have to go through to cure one of your comrades during the Vampire Destroyer quest. So because I use that vampire cure to save the life of Sylvan, I no longer have a vampire cure, so you can use this little device here if you ever become a vampire, which is kind of hard to do. You kind of almost have to want to become a vampire or maybe just get lost playing the game. Here's a bunch of neat stuff that I've found. Found that little shambles skull. It's kind of neat. There's a giant skull that I found. This altar is one of the first things you see when you come in. You can click it and it gets rid of all your diseases and stuff. This is the black sun that you can find during one of the Vampire Destroyer quests. It's a power cell. There's the Vampire Hunter. He has the Red Hand Assassin daggers set. This little altar, you can get a spell added to your spell list. That's penance. He's paying penance. This area over here is where I use for my kitchen and wine cellar. I like to collect everything unique in the game, so this is all stuff from Shivering Isles. This is stuff from the Oblivion game. That's a Vampire Destroyer item. Yep, all the unique beverages that you can find. This over here is Trent's coffin. It's a respawning coffin, boss level, that always has some really nice stuff in it. Unfortunately, I've already gone through and cleaned it out. These are barrels of red blood. This is some really powerful elixir. I guess the purist may not even want to drink any of this stuff because it's really pretty powerful. If you're ever in a boss fight where you've got multiple boss level NPCs attacking you, which does happen a handful of times, but you down one of these things and you will survive the encounter. Really not much use to use them very often. These Nern roots respawn, so you can collect Nern roots every 3 days, I think. I like to throw all my cooking ingredients in there, and then I'm running another mod that I've got called Sim Camp. So that's where the little campfire comes from. These little items here that you can use to cook different things as part of the sim camp. This is just some of the food items that you can make with that mod. Little plug for that. This is Jimmy Jenkins' coffin. I throw all my different bones that I find in there. There's the pelvis of Pelagius, Svenja's bones. Of course, Jimmy's bones are in there. I don't know if you may catch the reference to Jimmy Jenkins there, but so again, these mannequins are like all over the place for you to put the different faction armor or whatever kind of armor you come across. The Imperial Dagon armor. And then I keep all my really unique stuff in here. Like I say, I like to collect all kinds of stuff, so that's the uniforms from the different cities in Cyrodiil. So these stairs take you up to the bedroom area, library, kind of the living area. This is the working area. Now you can't really see it very well, but there's a target dummy up here. There he is. There's a target dummy you can practice on for target type, bow and arrow or magic. Okay, so this is the living area. Got a nice book area. Got a small display area. So we'll start over here. So this is a nice bed that you got. I pretty much collect just flawless items and gems. This nightstand I'm using to put all the notes and things that you've come across as while you're playing the Vampire Destroyer mod. There's a little jewelry box that I stick all my unique jewelry in. Some of it you get part of quests, some of it you just find unique items in containers. That's part of the Archaeology Guild quest. That's another container that you can use. Another container. I use this container to put a selection of all the different faction items that are part of the Vampire Destroyer mod. This is all the Harkon, different Harkon guys, technicians, Valkyrie. Krees. There's some nice swords. That one's real nice. That's a real nice sword. They did a real nice job on that one. Did a nice job on Molag Bal's mace. This is a sword you can find as part of the Vampire Destroyer quest. I think Count Dmitri Harkon actually carries this thing. Fun weapon. This is where I put my different items unique to the game or unique to the Vampire Destroyer mod. There's some Shivernile stuff in there. Earnest pants. These are a couple of items here that are in this chest when you move in here to help you sell items and carry large quantities of stuff. I've got 2 sets of clothes like that. That's one of them. Royal Fleece. So this is another set of attire that's in this container when you get in here that you can use when you're buying and selling stuff. This is a painting that you can buy from one of the vampires that are called the Invisibles. This is the Agent of Blood with one of the Harkon daggers. Here's like a couple of these I cheated in order to get them. Some of them I got them as part of quests. So that's Shivering Isles, Vampire Destroyer, and then that's one of the Fighter Guild faction quests, I believe. The Mage Guild. It's part of the Mage Guild quest. There's where I put the Darkhold. You don't have to put the Darkhold here, but that's the altar that I've got to put it on if you wanted to. This is a container too. I got lots of containers in here, so that's the Darkhold. This book cover is also one that changes it to the Book of the Dead. I really like the way the blood is pulsating through the blood veins. Excellent book cover. That's Archaeology Guild stuff. That's a miscellaneous quest. More jewelry. So there's the Vampire Destroyer with Liberator. Liberate the vampires from their curse. Again, the book jacket mod that I'm running is why these book covers are unique, look really nice. That's a book from the Vampire Destroyer mod. This is a lot of food that you can make using my SimCamp mod, or that you can just find in the game. More items and food that you can cook and bake and make. Another container back here. You can throw books in there until you put them up on the shelf. It took a lot of time to put all these books on here, but they really look nice to me. I'm also running a mod in the background that I use to place all these items. I mean, a lot of these items were placed using the Decorator Assistant mod. I don't know why the Oblivion game itself doesn't have that capability. I guess they really didn't think people would be like me and want to move into the game and live and display all the really cool stuff you come across. Okay, so I also have an area of Sanctuary that I call the Night Gallery. It's like a trophy room. So let's go in here. These are Shivering Isle weapons. And again, I'm using Decorator Assistant to place these things. I mean, I could not have placed this stuff on these walls if I didn't have that mod running. These are Dark Seducer weapons. These are some items that you find during one of the quests. I like to collect all the different stuff, so I've got all the weapons that you could possibly find in game. But that one I actually created. That one, that's one I created, Enchanted. A number of these are from the Vampire Destroyer mod, and then the rest of them are from in-game. Those are some Daedric quests. Apocalypse is a Vampire Destroyer mod. Thornblade. I'll go this direction. So you can see lots of mannequins for displaying their different stuff. This is Count Harkon's dagger. Really nice looking. There's some Harkon weapon, Harkon shield, Stormtrooper weapon. This guy is the boss level Red Hand Assassin Terminus. Really nice looking outfit. This is an in-game outfit, set of armor that you can get on a miscellaneous quest. If you don't give it back to them, or you can give them money or keep the armor. Anyway, some different items from the Vampire Destroyer mod. This is some hard to find items from Oblivion. This is Manamarco, King of Worms. It's also from a mod that I was running that makes Manamarco much more difficult to fight and gives him kind of a backstory and all kinds of nice looking outfit there. These are some daggers that you can find. That one's Vampire Destroyer mod, that's Oblivion. That's Shivering Isles. That's Vampire Destroyer mod. Nice books. That's the Order of the Black Sun. That's a Vampire Destroyer book. Here's the Countess Harkon. This staff is really cool and pretty powerful too. So, but you know, I sacrificed being able to use some of this stuff. There's just so much of it. This is from Shivering Isles. This is a lot of stuff from the Archaeology Guild mod. That thing wants to move around all the time. Okay, this is the boss from the Red Hand. These are some staffs that you can get. Vampire Destroyer mod, Archaeology Guild stuff. So this is Count Harkon. Got a flaming skull head. This is his bodyguard, Vlad, with a really big sword. That set of armor's excellent. Well, the armors and the weapons that I incorporated into this game from content creators that contribute to the Nexus. There's a wealth of weapons and armor and clothes, all kinds of stuff that you can find on the Nexus. That's the boss for the Dogon, which are aliens that crash landed and became vampires. Some Shivering Isles stuff. Too bad. There's Umbra. Hard to find books. These are hard to find items. Soul Tomato. the carrot of seeing. Here's the Dogon first officer. These are some weapons of the Red Hand. The Fleshomatic. That's the Dogon. Man, that is awesome. He's a pretty tough guy, too. Just some more items to come across. Okay, here's the Cree. That's the Cree shaman. Man, that is awesome. Body tattoos, fish gladiator style armor. So this is the Cree boss. Really kicking, man. The creator of these armors, I just in awe. I mean, that is so awesome. It's a nice little headdress Cree princess has. The fork fell out of the display case. Well, all right, that is it. One little thing here. The sanctuary stone will take you outside the city. This is like fast travel to get out of sanctuary. There's no way to fast travel in, but there's 2 fast travel points. The wolf whistle. Your faithful companion awaits your command. You can tell him to stay. If you're going to be dungeon running, he'll follow you. You can tell him to go home, which sends him all the way back to Sweetwater out in the Blackwood swamp. You can call him, so that's what I'm going to do. All right. Hello, White Fang. And that concludes my little presentation.